Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, I'm on the test server right now. The patch is due any minute, and we've got a little bit of a preview of some of the new champions coming through, and also some extra little bits that they've dropped into this patch. So we're going to go through all the things I've found so far. Really, not much of it's been called out to us. We're just kind of like hunting and finding stuff, but I will be following this video up with a video of Newt, or Nuts, depends what you want to call him, who's the new fusion dude who is going to be absolutely top tier and absolutely a must-get fusion if you're able to. I'm also going to take a look at the new dungeon in a separate video as well and kind of see what that's got to offer. But a couple of things I want to show you before we get into the new champions, which is just interesting stuff, and I don't know what it is. But you can see up here, there's this kind of like new currency, new visual. There is no place... There are no places to get prism crystals at the moment. This currency only appears, as far as I can see, in the summoning portal. So there's a bit of speculation at the moment between the CCs on the test server. Is this like going to be almost like a new sacred shard for void legendaries? So a better chance to get a void legendary? Is it going to be some sort of currency against past fragments so that you can actually top up some of the other fragments as well? I actually really hope that's what it is. So, you know, let's say you've got like 35 of these fragments. I could get this Fenshi, for example. That would be super cool if they did that. And there was like, instead of in the bazaar, something like the Drex fragments, you actually just collect up prism fragments. It's so good if that's the option. But we don't know what it is yet. We're not being told. We don't know when it's coming into the game or any of that stuff. It could be. It's on the test server, but it's not due out for a long time. So don't know the answers. We're just asking questions right now. That's one thing. Another thing which I've seen, and this will probably come out, I guess, early this week. The Sylvan Watcher's Crypt is open, as they've said, so we knew it was coming anyway. So that is a definite. And we've also got all of the filtering now in for champions. So this, I think, is a great addition. You know, if I want to find my Krisk, super quick. It's really responsive. Yeah, if you don't want to do it that way and you just like, well, who have I got that's 6-star void and, I don't know, from Demon Spawn? And it's like, bam. Very good filtering system. They've got loads of different options here. You know, if you wanted to reset that and just be like, who have I got that does that drop defense? Don't think you can tell it like AoE drop defense and stuff like that, which maybe would have been the next tier up. But honestly, they've done a good job here. There's loads of really cool stuff. Like even to the point where it's like effects type of stuff. Who's my ally attack that's got drop defense? Okay, only the fat man. Yeah, and then you can hit a reset and go again. Who's my extra turn champions? Like they've thought about a lot in here. They've really taken, I don't know if they've taken it from this, but we do this on the optimizer already. So it feels like they've just kind of like taken some of those best bits and done it really well. This compared to the dungeon grind element where you're like, trying to set your filters, it's almost like two different games have designed these filter systems. Yeah, this one feels like it was designed by children. The other one feels like it was designed by really good devs. Apologies if both of those devs are watching the video, but got to call it out. This one is kind of useless. It really is kind of useless. So and if the dev who did this wants feedback one-on-one, drop me a DM. Happy to do like a private chat. But yeah, this one, totally useless, whereas the in-game champion stuff looks actually very, very good. It's really well thought out. As I say, the new dungeon is in. They've got exactly the same rewards per stage as the Sand Devil's Necropolis. So for the majority of players, I'd imagine you'll just farm up early stages like stage 7, which costs 10 energy. Because everything is going to cost the same. Like if I want to find... who do I know that's got a good piece? Arbiter has got a good piece. Can't find her quick. You know what? I can now find her quick. Arbiter, bam. I know that is she the one? She's the one. Oh, yeah. Still getting used to it. Arbiter. There she is. Am I still on her? No. Hold on. Hide. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, so if I wanted to check out on this triple roll, what's the extra stat? You know, you could go in here and upgrade Ascend. I've got a little bit of the juice here. So the first Ascension is the important one for most pieces because it's like Is it pushing a stat that I really want? This one's pushing resistance, and then obviously you make decisions what you're gonna push up if you do push it up. But the early level juice is what you're gonna use the most of, and the late farm juice is kind of like when you're trying to get things up to the higher levels. But yeah, it's an interesting addition because all it is really is a lot of stat bloat going on. You know, you're probably gonna want to use this type of juice on either, I don't know, like it's mainly for arena-based players. Honestly, it's mainly arena. We'll get some stat bloat on anything, but I can imagine seeing a lot of people trying to push additional crit damage in crit damage amulets. That feels like one of the highest use cases. Or if you've got, you know, someone who's in a crazy build and you're trying to just get it a bit crazier, like my Cupidus here, I probably would be looking to see if I can roll a bit more attack in his attack rings and stuff like that. So that's kind of where it's going to go. Mainly the high-end arena players will use it, but you get a bit of stat bloat no matter who you are. Anyway, let's get into these new champs then. So this is going to include new champions, which are part of the fusion as well. So the way this fusion's going to run, you've got basically one rare with 16 copies. And I'd imagine the fusion calendar's coming out today as well. I'll do a video as soon as it is because this one's a super important fusion, in my opinion. He's up there as like God tier champion. So yeah, we've got the rares, 16 individual rares. 2 different new epics are going to be part of the fusion. One of which you need to collect 3 times, and then the other one you need to collect once. And there are a few other champions in the mix as well. So I guess let's start with... Where should we start? Let's start with the 2 new rares that are in the game. I don't know which of these is the fusion rare at the moment, or which of these is just going to be the rare that's going to like proc up Sylvan Watchers as they open the new faction crypt. But let's start with Lone Blade Rehab. What are we saying? Pretty cool tattoo. Not bad looking rare. Attack base rare. Reasonable speed. Okay stats. A bit weak on defense and HP, but he's a rare. Is he going to be any good for us? Double hitter. Each crit fills his champion turn meter by 5. Second skill here is Dagger Storm. Books to a 3 turn. Lots of bookage going on this one. Also got here, attacks an enemy 2 times again. So again, single target attack. Before attacking, gives himself crit rate. First hit has a 50% chance of putting weak source decreased defense out there. The second hit, 50% chance of putting weak source weaken out there. So not much going on with that stuff. Each hit from this champion deals an extra 5% damage if the target's got drop defense or weaken. So you can get an extra 10% damage going. Deals an extra 10% damage if the target's got both. So you can actually get 20% extra damage. He might well hit very hard. Everything's single target though. And yeah, I can't see him being used a ton. Honestly, I don't think that's going to be a champion that's used a lot. Probably, saying that, he's probably then the fusion rare. Probably, because I think he's relatively useless. Let's have a look then at Tree Shield Knot. Damn, this guy looks pretty cool. This is a cool looking rare. He's got the Doctor Strange Eye of Agamotto, whatever it's called, on his chest. Is this guy Doctor Strange? Is he Doctor Strange and Groot have a baby, and this is what pops out? What's going on here? Little rings on his belt. Very cool visuals on this dude. Look at this. Very, like, cool artwork going on here. I love this. This guy looks cool. He's almost basically like a witch doctor in a tree form. Okay, sweet. Good speed, good HP, good defense. He's quite a tanky boy. We've got a triple hit, decrease attack. It's a weak version. Triple hit, decrease attack. What's that? 35% each hit. Not bad. If that was a strong version, then damn, that would be a crazy good for a rare. But the weak version, you're kind of looking for stronger versions, really. A2 heals all allies by 15%. You get a bit more on the bookage. Looks like you get an extra 20%, but it's actually... I don't think it adds 20%. I think it's like 20% of 15. So I think you get like an extra couple of percent, basically. Also gives everyone a small increased defense buff. Not bad for a rare, you know, for a faction war type of champ. And then we've got a double revive on a 5-turn cooldown if booked. This is definitely going to be a useful faction crit champion. Also gives shield to anyone who's revived for 2 turns, equal to 20% of their HP. So yeah, this dude's pretty cool as a support-based unit. He's a bit like a Reliquary Tender, but not quite as good, I'd say. But not a bad one for, certainly for Faction Wars, yeah. Speed in Faction Trips as well. So yeah, this if he's the rare, then damn, that's not a bad one. That's not a bad one at all. Okay then, where should we go next? Let's check out the High Elves. This is the dude that we've got to collect 3 times. Ambassador Lefelen. Interesting visual. Looking very proud. Okay. Good speed, good stats. All of that works. Attacks all enemies. Gives you a decreased crit rate. I wonder if they're just kind of like setting this one up for that new boss where decreased crit rate could be pretty helpful. 15% chance to do it though. That's so low. 15% chance goes up to 40%. It is an AoE, I guess, but you'd rather have just a high percentage single target, really, because the only place this works, it reduces most PvE content to 0% chance to crit. So clan boss, it's great. You know, Hydra heads, this would be pretty good. But you really just want it to go on. You know, the waves of enemies in PvE, that's not really where you're looking for this. So, not sure about it, really. If he's got full HP, it goes up to 30%, 40, 50. I guess at that point, it's 55. Not bad. You know, 1 in 2 chances. It is an A1, I guess, so you're going to use it a relatively high amount. Maybe it's not so bad. The A2 gives us the taunt. So again, this new boss, it's the 3rd champion that I've seen so far with taunt. Also puts reflect damage out there as well. This could be interesting, I guess. Reflect damage is good for Fire Knight, but you've got only a single target hit here. Probably not really a Fire Knight champion, so that's probably not up to much. But it's only the 3rd champion with taunt. On a 4-turn cooldown, it's super long. Yeah, not loving it so far. And then the A3 here decreases the duration of 2 random debuffs on all allies. Then heals. Yeah, so this dude is literally purely being made for the new boss. Yeah, so you're trying to get rid of that enfeeble new debuff that's coming on you with this. You're trying to make sure that the damage goes into this dude with this. And you're trying to keep decreased crit rate on the boss as well. So whether he ends up being used, I doubt it, because I feel like you've got to kill this boss fast. I will be playtesting it, you know, throughout the course of today and putting out a video probably tomorrow, but feels like that's what he's built for. I'm not super psyched about that. This dude, I don't think this dude was part of the fusion visual. Pretty sure he wasn't. But I think this is just an extra void epic that's coming in. Pretty sweet visual on this one. I like it. Like an assassin type of feel to it. Okay. Pretty low defense or average defense, low HP. So let's hope he hits hard. We've got a single target hit here. Places a shield on this champion equal to 10% of the damage dealt. And heals this champion by 10% of the damage dealt if their HP is less than 50%. So inbuilt self-healing and shielding on the A1. AoE double hit on the A2. First hit books to 100% block active skills for 2 turns. That's a crazy skill for an epic. I think there's only like 2 legendaries in the game that do this on 100%. Block active skills. It's literally like I'm taking out all of your abilities. It used to be a brilliant arena skill because people basically can only A1 you. Trouble is, like, Polymorph has made debuffers like this a little bit more useless. The second hit books do 100% chance of placing True Fear as well if they don't get the block active skills. Damn. Pre-Polymorph, this would have been an absolutely nutty A2. And I guess it depends how hard he hits as well, but still could end up being, for the average player, this could be a great skill. The A3 then gives crit damage to himself and increased accuracy to himself. Then he goes again. It's on a 4-turn, but it's pretty much like it's on a 3-turn. And this is pretty much like it's on a 3-turn because of this extra turn mechanic. So he gets this increased accuracy, which enables this. If he hits hard as well, might end up being pretty cool epic, actually. His passive here ignores 10% of defense when attacking support, defense, and HP champions. This is an interesting mechanic. Interesting mechanic. So it feels like he's made for arena to me, like an arena-based champion. And his kit is kind of cool. But Polymorph wrecks him quite hard. Accuracy in battles as well. If this A2 hits hard, he might end up being pretty decent Void Epic. Okay. So who else have we got? We've got the Sten Walker here. This is the dude who's part of the fusion. So 3 of the other dude that I've spoken about who's kind of built for the new boss. And then this guy looks a bit like Teen Wolf gone bad. I'm not sure about this Sten, you know. Not sure about this one. It's kind of funky. I don't know. When you... I feel like our reference point at the moment for Werewolf is this. And it's like, this is so cool. One of the best skins going. I feel like, yeah, this is the runt of the litter sort of look, you know? Got his kind of like ripped up. I guess he's just hulked out and like hulked out, but then didn't eat enough dinner. Got his helm and his boots that he changes back into. Don't know, man. What are you saying on this one? What's this? Wergren Suncursed. Anyway, again, like pretty low defense, decent enough HP, high attack on this guy. Double hit A1, books to a 50% chance of stealing a buff. Triple hit A2, ignores shields, places true fear on all enemies for 1 turn if he kills someone. This needs to hit hard. Also puts unkillable on himself if he kills someone. He's got to kill someone with this A2 for him to have any worth at all. That's on a 3 turn. And then his A3, HP swap, then gets an extra turn. So just the idea is you HP swap with someone who's low, make sure you get the kill, throw the true fear out there, make him unkillable. Then you need to rotate some turns because you need to get back to this pretty damn fast. This is on a 5 turn, which is long. This is on a 3 turn, which is not too bad. And then his passive here deals 30% more damage against targets whose HP is lower than his. Which obviously he's going to get going on with this. Feels like he's going to be like a single target nuke. But honestly, the kit, there's not really... It's not really any place in the game for that kit, is there? If this was like block revives, then yeah, fantastic. Yeah, but as it is, I don't know, man. I can't see where this guy is that useful. Right, because he's built really... This is like an arena-based kit, in my opinion. And I think there's already a ton of better options than this dude. So the 2 epics that are up for grabs as part of the fusion feel pretty weak. The rare, I don't know exactly which one it's going to be. And if it is this dude, I'd say there's not much use. If it is this dude, I think pretty solid. Yeah. And then finally, we get to the actual fusion. And let's make sure there's no extra ones here. And then Newt here, who is actually son of Mountain King and brother of Samar. Samar kind of lost his way a bit, I guess. But yeah, Newt is the fusion. And actually, damn, this dude is going to be awesome. Like, I will release a separate video on Newt probably later today. But anyway, triple hit here. 100% chance of decreasing target's turn meter. But if you cannot decrease the turn meter, instead will freeze. This is brilliant. I love the way they thought about the way they've swapped up finite and finite hard so that this is relevant for both. This skill is going to be great in a lot of places. All of his damage is coming through defense, and his base defense is over 1500. Thank you very much. But yeah, very, very cool. We'll need accuracy like your Armager, like your Cold Heart to make this work. But that's a lot of turn meter dropping. Yeah, that's a lot going on. Really good. The A2 AoE hits 75, books up to 100% chance of placing decreased attack and weaken, and puts counter attack on him. Again, defense-based skills. You have to see what sort of damage it does when I do the guide on him. But this is a great skill as well. And then the thing we didn't see in the graphic is that this skill here is an enemy max HP skill. Triple hit enemy max HP skill. So that's crazy, honestly. That is a crazy. Like, triple hit enemy max HP. That's nuts, people. This is going to be the boss destroyer. Yeah, this is going to be on every single account that exists a must-get fusion if you can get him. Whether you're super endgame or not, this guy is going to destroy PvE content, okay? Each hit also has got this thing here, decreasing the target's defense by 3%. So long format fights like Clan Boss and Hydra and stuff, you can drop their defense by another 30%. You get decreased defense out there, you get this one out there, you get the blessing that drops defense as well. They don't have nothing left. So this is nuts. This is absolutely insane. Yeah, each hit's also a bit of a heal, but I don't think you can rely on this healing because it's the only skill that heals and it's on a 4-turn. But yeah, I am looking forward to trying this skill out. Also gives accuracy in dungeons by 80, which is not too bad. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, this guy's kit is awesome. So definitely out of all of the new champions, the ones to look out for certainly is Newt as the new fusion. The other ones really feel a bit below par. Doesn't feel like they've really dropped anything else, which is too crazy in there for me. But I guess let me know what you think down below. And as I say, keep an eye out for the other videos with these champions. I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you later.